In a world where explosions were real, monsters were made of latex and bad decisions, and every hero owned at least one pair of mirrored sunglasses, 3 men dared to ask the question. You know what this needs? A saxophone solo. Welcome to Watching Wyrd, the show where cult classics, creature features, and modern streaming chaos collide like a greased-up mutant in a moonlight chase scene. Your hosts, Alan Gamboa, horror guru and VHS warlord. Scott Baker, retired CIA agent who insists he's just a teacher. And Rich Restucci, best-selling author, mad scientist, and the only guy who brings a flamethrower to a marshmallow roast. And just when things get a little too locker roomish, the boss materializes, part Southern charm, part chaos wrangler, and 100% done with their nonsense. Answering to Hadley, or Heather, this professional cat herder is the only thing standing between the guys and the total descent into booze, dad jokes, and B-movie mayhem. So grab your popcorn and your tinfoil hat, because right now, you're watching Wyrd.
I guess we're descending into dad jokes and B-movie mayhem and alcohol right
boobs. You should have said boobs.
boobs.
That was a pretty good
I like
intro.
that new
I
intro.
like that intro.
Yeah, that was nice.
I hadn't heard that one yet.
No, that was the first time I saw it. So I queued it up and I'm like, I'll give it a go. And I did not listen to it before I put it on. So I had no idea it was coming. I liked it. There's
Oh, good job, Rich.
I think it's,
Hey.
I didn't make that. I didn't make that. That was made by someone else. I guessing the boss. But
Very pointed. Very pointed.
yeah, I think there's a new
Spot
outfit.
on.
All right.
Oh. Hey, welcome to Watching Wyrd. We're back. It's been a month and a few.
Great, Dan.
Just about. Seems like
Yeah, I know.
we
Seems
needed
like
that.
100 years. We were out of it last week.
Yeah, we needed that break. The weight of all of Scott's movies had broken our backs.
Well, we were going to do that one movie called Vicious, which I had heard was really good, and I got maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes into it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all set with this. So I bugged out of it. I didn't think it was that good, but that was before we were supposed to do the show last week.
I did.
And then I was like, well, we can't do the show, so I'm not going to watch it.
I mean, it got better, but it was a fantastic concept, poorly done.
Yeah.
I got so sick of the jump scares in it. It was just like, oh, gee, another jump scare.
Yeah, and it was, what's her name? Dakota Fanning. She's a good actress,
Yeah, she's all right.
But yeah, but it just wasn't a good movie. Just like Scott said, it was a great idea, but just poorly done. It was something you have seen before that could have been done better, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, Dan, Landa, Lee,
guys.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Willkommen, bienvenue, bienvenidos.
We're just trying to get back into the groove. It's been a while. I've been doing all kinds of stuff on my Wednesday nights. How about you guys?
Well, I do what I can. We didn't miss 2 weeks in a row, did we?
I don't
Yeah,
think
we did.
did.
Did we?
We did.
That's right. Because 2 Wednesdays ago, I was sick. And you guys said, yeah, and then we were last week. Oh, no, I was sick last week. So that's why we didn't do it. I don't remember.
We did it 2 weeks ago. Didn't we?
We took 2 weeks in a row off. It was like a mini vacation. I went around the world and came back. I found out with my Wednesday nights free of you guys, I could do all kinds of fantastic things.
Yeah, sleep in. You'll go to bed early.
Yes.
Thanks, Dan.
Watch YouTube, fall down the YouTube rabbit hole.
No, for me, it's Tubi.
Tubi? Oh my gosh, Tubi is such a... We could pick our turkey movies just from Tubi.
Tubi, yes.
I saw that one you recommended, Scott.
Which
Did
one?
you see that one, Rich? The turkey one?
The turkey one?
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I haven't seen that one yet. Well, it's funny because all the teachers are doing Halloween-themed doors, and one of them our art teacher is doing monster movies, and she's got pictures of Freddy Krueger and Jason and that. And I'm the only one that picked up down at the bottom. She has a picture of a tie-in. And I said to her, "Oh, Rubber." And she goes, "Oh my God, you know that movie." So like we spent 5 minutes talking about how bad it was.
That movie.
Tell her to watch us here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might do that.
Mr. Platt says Tubi is Godzilla Central. There you go, Scott.
I know.
Mr. Platt.
You are the Godzilla.
Platt, big leg guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, Wanda says we only missed 1 week, so.
No, we missed 2.
I don't know.
We missed 2 in a row.
I think you might be a crazy person.
No, we may be crazy.
Yeah, maybe.
I missed 2 in a row. Maybe I you know what? I probably there was a show I couldn't make, and then we probably didn't do the show. Yeah. So
I think 2 weeks ago we had the boss on. I think Heather was here 2 weeks ago, and then last week we couldn't do it.
That's Craig. Mr. Platts too is Craig. Hey, Craig. At least you joined us. Thank you. Well, okay. So tonight's movies are Eden Lake, Good Boy, and Conjuring 4, or the Last Rites. Conjuring, the last one. Yeah. At least the last one with the Patrick Wilson and Verma Farmiga. So they're mostly new movies except for Eden Lake, and they're all, I guess, horror movies. You guys got anything to say before we jump into these? Hey, Mona.
Let's go. Hey, Mona.
It's good to see
Who
you.
wants to go first?
How about you want me to go with the old one? You want to go with the old one, then you guys will do the new ones. All right. So this is Eden Lake, 2008's Eden Lake with Professor X and Beth Dutton, and you think with Michael Fassbender and Kelly Riley, you think these two characters could find their way out of a wet bag in this movie, and they cannot. Kelly Riley and Michael Fassbender are a couple that Michael Fassbender wants to propose to her, and he takes her to this quarry that he loves to dive in and camp. That's going to get made into these housing projects. And I forgot, this isn't in the UK, but it's not in England, right? It's like in
might be
Scotland or Ireland, something like that. Scotland.
I don't know.
So they go to this.
Look it up.
They go to this quarry, Eden Lake, and they run into these kids led by Jack O'Connell, who was the head vampire in Sinners. He was the one that had the dance off. He plays a great villain. And these teenagers, they start harassing these two. And it just rolls from there. The violence gets more. Think The Strangers. But more realistic. It seems like a problem you could really have in a rural area like this where people are unchecked. It's a close-knit community. And just because they're kids, they could get away with a lot more with the parents looking the other way because the parents are basically the same. So the violence in this continues to roll. And this movie's kind of real, kind of more of a realistic, it's kind of in the vein of Wolf Lake. Or is that Wolf Lake, the Australian one?
Wolf Creek.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Rolls like that. Where the violence is just it's cringy because you're like, man, and you just want Kelly Riley and Michael Fassbender to make the right decisions in this, and they kind of don't. Michael Fassbender wants to get revenge for the things that happened to their car and to them, and Kelly Riley wants to get out of there. And actually, she's kind of the voice of reason.
Yeah.
And they get pushed too far. Kelly Riley goes Rambo on this, and there's a few deaths in this. And then the end on this is pretty stark. It's got a pretty stark ending, and it's kind of a realistic ending. I feel this type of situation with a community like this where really there's nobody to check anybody. I don't want to give away the ending on this one if you haven't seen it. I know a lot of people have. This is a lot of people think highly of this movie. Um, I thought it was pretty good. I hate this kind of uh, realism in a way. Uh, I hated the ending. I thought it fit, but I hated the ending on this thing. If you guys want to give away more,
No.
that's fine. What say you guys? Oh, and you think Beth Dunn could talk her way out of this, but not so much. Go ahead, guys.
I'll chime in. I recommended the movie because I just threw it on. It sounded like one of those. I watch bad movies all the time while I'm working, but this one was good because it wasn't like The Terrifier. It wasn't like one of these redneck psycho killers. This movie disturbed me because it could happen. It was realistic. The head of the gang of teenagers, don't remember the actor. He was fantastic. I mean, he played the psycho. I mean, this kid, he was bullying the others to keep on pushing and pushing, and it really started to pick up after they wind up killing the dog by accident. The asshole's dog. And after that, the whole thing goes downhill. But that's what I liked about it, because like you were saying, Alan, you could see this happening. You could see this as a news report. It was a horror movie, but it was extremely realistic. I could see that, like you were saying, in that type of neighborhood, I could see things going south like that quickly.
Yeah.
And the other one I liked was the girl in the gang. I don't know who that actress was, but she played that role perfectly. I hated her from the first time I saw her.
She met a grisly end.
Oh yeah,
well deserved.
And the kid they set on fire, that was horrible.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, this is one of those violence for violence sake movies. There were so many things that they could have toned down, but I think they were just looking for shock value. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they got it. It was they hit a home run on the shock, but it was just. I think the violence was, when you're going to have graphic violence like that, you shouldn't have so much of it. You should have a couple of those graphic violence scenes and just let it go. I recently watched The Long Walk, that Stephen King movie, and there's some graphic violence in that, but it was done well. Not a great movie. It was all right. I'm not a big Stephen
King. Don't tell me anything. I'm watching that this weekend. Maybe.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a huge King fan, but that did the violence better than Eden Lake, I think. And Eden Lake, like I said, it was violence for violence sake, and that generally turns me off. Yeah. The movie, the story was pretty good. I just wanted them to smash those teens every time. I was like, Michael Fassbender, come on, you can do something. You were going to be James Bond, for Christ's sake. Knock them out. But they just kind of, like you guys said, they made the wrong decisions, and those decisions ultimately ended up in bad things. I don't want to wreck it if anybody. Actually, what year did this movie come out?
2008. So you can.
2008. Yeah. If you haven't watched it yet, I mean, I can give some spoilers. So Michael Fassbender dies, and it was just kind of silly the way he it was almost torture the way he died. And then they were going to torture Kelly Riley as well, and she gets away. And in the getting away, she runs over Paige, and was it a van? They were in a van.
Yeah.
And she runs over the girl that Scott was talking about, and I was like, yeah, okay, because got it. Her and that, what was the kid's name? Brett? Was that who it was?
I don't remember.
The psycho kid.
Oh yeah. Cooper.
Those two actors, the girl that the girl that played Paige and the kid that played Brett, awesome. Because they were just psychopath crazies, and like I said, nuts. But honestly, I think the senseless violence, the unnecessary stuff, just took away from the film because you're just like kind of cringy, and I don't mind zombies eating people or the thing turning somebody into slop juice, but when it's stuff like that, kind of like you said, Alan, it was just the realism is a bit too much and it was unnecessary. So it just detracted from me, and it's not a movie I'm going to watch again. I had seen it before, and I was like, oh, I remember that. That was pretty decent, and it is. It's not a bad movie. The story's good. It's just like I said, violence for violence sake is just a huge turnoff for me.
It's not a feel-good movie either.
No, but that's what I liked about it. It was extremely violent, but it was realistic. Like, I love the Terrifier series. That's got to be the most goriest violent movie I've ever seen. But you're laughing at it because it's so over the top. I could see the kids doing what they did to them.
Oh yeah, yeah. It just, and like they're just kids, and it's like, when the waitress was talking to Michael Fassbender about, the gang of kids, and then he starts saying, yeah, they broke my window or whatever, and then you see her face turn, and she's like, they're just kids, they're not causing you problems, mister. And it's like, okay, you know where you're at now, and they should just laugh. They should just laugh.
Yeah, but and it was Fassbender that started it. The kids cut him off, but he didn't have to chase him on the bike. He didn't have to break into the house.
Yeah.
That scene was
silly.
Yeah,
that scene was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get caught there. I thought, oh, he's going to get caught, red-handed, but he didn't. So it's worth a watch. The violence is, like, I agree with Rich. Some of it you're just like, but I think it's worth a watch because it is a well-made movie. But if you're turned off by just violence, it may not be the watch for you. But it is very suspenseful that way, and the acting's good in it. And no, Riley did not get naked in this one.
Yeah,
great.
So has she gotten naked in other movies, and if so, which ones?
I don't know.
I think that turkey one you picked. Yolanda, you're not crazy. I missed 1 week, and then we took a week off, so that's why I was thinking it was 2 weeks. So I'm probably the crazy one.
Wanda, I said we were crazy, not you. So
we are crazy. So what do you guys want to rate this one? Rich, what do you got?
This is a tough one because I like the story. I'll give it a 3. Just it would have gotten a higher rating if it was. I hate to say this, if it was less violent, it would have gotten a higher rating for me.
I see where you're coming from, Scott.
3.5 because I like the violence. It was disturbingly realistic. So
yeah, I'll give this. I'm gonna go with Scott on this 3.5 because I think it's a pretty decent story, and it keeps you kind of rooting for the ending to not happen that happens in it, if that makes any sense. So there you have it on Eden Lake. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of a recommendation from all of us, more or less.
Yeah.
Which of you gentlemen would like to go next?
Doesn't matter.
I'll go next. All right, I picked The Conjuring Last Rites. I'll tell you why, but I had to watch this twice because the first time I watched it, something didn't seem right to me. And I rewatched it. It's much better than the third one. It's based on a true story, very loosely based. There was that family in Pennsylvania. Hang on a second. I'm trying to remember their names. But there was a family in the Smurls. They did have a house that they claimed was haunted. They went on television to, get the support. And they eventually, the Warrens came in. They eventually cleansed the house, not the way the movie is. And then people afterwards said, oh, no, we don't see. After they sold the house, they were like, no, nothing lives here. Now, part of the thing that they didn't go into in the movie was the Spurls was a family of 8. It was the mother and father, 2 grandparents, and 4 kids all living in this small house, because their real house, their big house, got wiped out in a, I think it was like a hurricane or a storm. So they were here. Now, the movie itself, it starts with this. It starts with Ed and Lorraine Warren near the beginning of their career, and they're trying to purge this gigantic mirror from a house. And Lorraine is pregnant with her daughter, and the ghost, the spirit tries to get through the mirror. She starts to go into labor. The baby is miscarriage, but comes back to life after a minute of resuscitation. So then you skip ahead 20 odd years, and this case comes up. The movie is, the real life story is kind of boring. The movie itself is extremely exciting. But it's the last movie. So they really, they just push the action on this one. As it gets to the end, it becomes, I thought it was phenomenal, because they pretty much have like the whole family, the Warrens' daughter, and the fiance are having this life or death battle in the house. I don't want to give anything away, but when I first saw it, I thought something's off. I didn't like it. And I'd be interested what you guys think. There was too much blood. The Conjuring movies aren't bloody movies. They're scary movies. And in this one, it was like, that scene near the end where like she's wading through the basement filled with blood. And then there was that one scene when she witnesses the ghost killing somebody, and there's this giant pool of blood forming. If you get rid of the blood, it is a very action-packed movie. Very good. Like so many of the others, they take the truth and Hollywood pumps it up. But I liked this movie. I think it was a very good way. And they ended the whole, I can see them, the way they did this was a perfect end to the franchise. As long as they don't bring in somebody else or go off on some stupid thing like, oh, we were friends of the Warrens, we're going to do this. I was very impressed with it, because I was thinking it was going to suck after Conjuring 3. I watched this one twice in the weekend. That's how good I liked it.
I want whoever cast these movies to cast my life when they film it, because Patrick Wilson looks nothing like Ed Warren. So you can Patrick Wilson me anytime. Like, does that sound right? Vera Farmiga, she actually comes close to looking like Lorraine Warren, in her younger days. I don't know if she's the same height, because Lorraine's just this tiny gal. And so is Ed. Ed's not very big.
He was not tall. He wasn't little.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I didn't get to see all of it. I've not seen the ending on this. Is the ending on this appropriate to their life? Like as one leaves the scene before the other?
No.
That doesn't happen.
Now, what they do is, this is the last battle that they. In the movie, it's the last battle. And then they do a beautiful wrap up they go through what happens in their life during the closing credits. But no,
Oh,
You know,
I know you don't watch paranormal.
Neither of the Warrens die in this movie. Now, I'm not saying
I
if anyone
was wondering.
else dies.
I thought that'd be a good ending, just because that's not that happened with this case,
Right.
but that that's what happened in there. I thought maybe since they Hollywooded it up, they would do that, go out with a big bam. Um, I like the Conjuring series. I haven't finished this one yet. They're fun to watch. I always hear that the real story is scarier, and I can see that. Not that you got them having these visions and stuff, but if you're in a room by yourself and something moves or a door shuts, I mean, that's got to be a little bit scary. And then, you go to bed at night and you hear stuff. So I imagine that stuff is scarier. And if you've ever had a real paranormal experience, or at least think you have, that stuff's scary. I used to watch, well, we still do watch these paranormal shows. A lot of them, would have Ed and Lorraine on them. And I always found them as interesting people. And I hope a lot of what they did was real, at least to them. I hope they were true people to that. This series is fun to watch, and you got to go in watching them, knowing it's going to be Hollywoodized. All these are. You're always got to amp it up, because it'd be like watching, you know, uh, uh, Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters or one of those, where nothing really happens.
Well,
yeah,
I had a friend in Florida who, and I trusted him, and he said he worked for the Warrens years ago, and he said they're legit. Maybe some of the ghost things, the ghosts were fake that they were trying to point out, because he said he was there and he was filming one. It was his first time, and he was filming, and the body raised off the floor and floated through the wall. And that's when he's like, at the end of the night, it was like he put the camera down and said, "Thank you, I'm out of here." So,
oh yeah, I'd have to go home, change my pants, and bathe in holy water after that. So, what say you, Rich?
So I like these films. I think they're great, but they're kind of all the same movie. They all go through a sequence of events, and those events are generally the same but different. I mean, it's a different thing each time, but it always results in the end result is the same. I thought this was good. I liked it, but you're not getting anything really new. Well, I shouldn't say that. One of the new things is the adulthood of the kid. She, the youngest Warren, the daughter, has grown up, and she's got some of Lorraine's psychic uh, mojo. She doesn't really want to embrace it. She wants to shut it out because that's what her mother has told her to do for years. And now her mother's like, you know what? Maybe it's time you embrace this stuff. And then we have the introduction of the boyfriend slash fiance. Now, I thought this kid was going to be some kind of dirtbag loser, but he ends up being a pretty stand-up guy. And he had been a cop, but you're sort of led to believe that he was bounced out of the force, and that's not what happened. He left for other reasons, and they were pretty good reasons. So I like that aspect of it. The other aspect that was good was the mirror. The mirror is sort of this conduit slash house for this demon, and this demon terrorizes whoever has the mirror. But what the demon is really after is, I can't remember her name. Judy? Is Judy her name? The youngest Warren? It's Judy, right?
Yeah,
She's
Judy.
The demon's after Judy and has always been after Judy. So that was cool the way I did it. But again, at the end of the day, it was the same kind of movie. And I don't want you to think that I didn't like it, because I did. It was good, but it was just more of the same. I like more of the same sometimes. My zombie movies, they're all pretty much the same thing, and I love all of them. And you want this film has both ghosts and demons, and that has happened before in The Conjuring, where the demon sort of controls the ghosts, and that's what was going on here. And they did it well, but I wish they didn't do it again, because they had done that already, and I wanted to see something new. So, like I said, it's good. but you're not going to get anything groundbreaking. If you're a fan of the first three Conjuring movies, then you should definitely watch this. It's 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 worth a watch.
And it's done well at the box office. It came out September 7th. They spent $55 million making it. Worldwide, it's already grossed almost $500 million.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite the investment.
Yes.
That's quite the return. Quite the return on that investment. And Patrick Wilson, I want to say Patrick Stewart, Patrick Wilson, and Vera Farmiga, they have a good chemistry between them.
They do all right.
I mean, how many movies? How many? There's 4 Conjuring movies, and you got Annabelle and the La Llorona, and they're making another La Llorona, I believe.
Annabelle makes an appearance in this movie.
Yeah. A good appearance.
What'd you say, Rich? Scott?
Huh? No, Annabelle makes a good appearance in this movie. I loved it. I loved it because the action at the end was phenomenal. Yeah, it's all bullshit, but it was phenomenal. But I think it was an ideal way to end the franchise. I think they did a very good job of it.
With those movies, you gotta, there'd be a whole lot of nothing going on.
Oh yeah.
Are you here with us? And you get up, and you're like, okay.
Well, I looked it up. It took months and months for this investigation to get underway and for them to go to the house.
Well,
it's not like in the movie, like, oh my God, they walk in, oh my God, this place is haunted. Let's clear it out now.
Yeah, definitely. The next movie is more, I think, has stuff like that. Like we were talking about slow moving stuff. But I digress. So what do you guys give this one? Unless you got more to add.
Nope.
I'll give this one a 3.5 for all the reasons I said before.
4.25. I love the action at the end, and I love the way they close off the franchise. So.
All right. Well, I haven't finished it yet, so I can't really rate it. But it sounds like this one is recommended. This one is recommended for you all to see if you haven't seen it yet, but it seems like a lot of you have. So
yeah, you should definitely see it if you're fans of of The Conjuring or Annabelle or Insidious or that type of movie. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Just nothing.
I forgot about the Insidious movies. That's right. That's Patrick Wilson again.
Yeah.
I mean, he's captured the market on that.
Yeah.
On that stuff. On that stuff. He's just crazy about that stuff. Okay, Rich, you got Good Boy.
Yeah, man. So 2025's Good Boy is a horror movie starring Indy, the Nova Scotia duck talling retriever. This pooch is a way better actor than many of the morons you're going to see in horror movies. And make no mistake, this is a horror flick. The cool fact about this pup is that he's not an actor. He's actually the family pet of the director and the producer. And I thought that was really cool. One of the great aspects of this movie, which is told from the point of a dog, is that you never really see the human faces. There are photos of some people, but only a few times do you actually see the faces of the actors. There's not a lot of dialogue in the film, either, as the focus is really on the canine's perspective. The movie definitely has some atmospheric tension, with the dog being able to see some weird things that the people can't, and you're always on edge because you're never sure if Indy is going to get attacked by the mud-covered spectral creatures that are running around. I will say that the pooch does get attacked, but as this is a new movie, I'm not going to wreck it for you by releasing plot points. It's a really new movie. It literally just came out. Mm-hmm. An important part of the plot, though, is that Indy's human has a lung problem and is ill throughout the movie. That's revealed at the onset of the film, so I'm not giving away spoilers there. The filming was done from an angle close to the floor for many of the scenes, such that the viewer would fall into the dog's perspective, which I thought was great. There is some CGI, but it never gets in the way of the fear you have for the puppy. And the producers were adamant about letting everybody know that no animals were harmed in the making of the movie. I have to think there was no psychological damage to the poor puppy either, as the pooch was the producer's loyal canine.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can get a little psychological damage when you have an animal working like that. The films get good reviews from critics and fans alike, and while it does have some tension, as I mentioned before, it's a bit confusing at times, and there are several reaches it makes where the suspension of disbelief sort of fails. There are also several creepy dog nightmares where the poor pup is dreaming about horrible things, and some of the data you have to assimilate from those nightmares is a bit convoluted. I think the dreams are driven by the house or the creatures living in it, but you'll have to make that distinction for yourselves. I was a bit disappointed with the film as it didn't go in a direction I wanted, but that's on me. It was slow in some areas, but it was also short at only 72 minutes, so the slow parts weren't long enough to take too much away. The film grossed just under $1 million on opening night, and it's now up to $7 million worldwide. I'd say you should watch this one just to see the perspective of the pup, but you're not going to get the groundbreaking film you expected, or I expected. And while some loved the ending, the finale just kind of pissed me off. To me, they just kind of gave up. There is some really, really spooky stuff right at the very, very end of the movie before the credits roll. And the credits are just Indy, the absolutely beautiful dog, just with her head out the window of a car driving down the street. So yeah, the dog doesn't die. There is some dog death, but it's not graphic in any way, and it's you don't see it. It's just that something happens, but it's not the main character. So if you're a dog freak like me and you hate to see bad things happen to animals in movies, you're not going to get that. Well, I'm not going to say bad things don't happen to the dog, but the dog is the hero, and the dog survives. But not everybody else does. So you'll have to take that with a grain of salt. Those aren't really plot spoilers. You'll see what I mean when you get into the movie. But overall, I might watch this movie again to just to try to like it better, because I really want to like it, but I kind of don't. It's not a bad movie. It's just really slow, and at times, like I said, it's convoluted and confusing. What did you guys think?
All right, you want me to go? I have a Frankenstein review of this movie. Dog good, movie bad. I did not like this. I love the dog. I'm surprised that you said the dog wasn't a trained actor dog, because the dog did really well.
Yeah.
I'm like wondering through the whole movie. Okay, is the dog on drugs, or is he just having dreams? And even the ending that you were talking about, while I love the ending, that last like 4 minutes is like, whoa. I'm still trying to figure out if it was the dog's vision of what was going on with its master, or if there really was a spirit haunting the house. It's not very clear.
That's what I meant by confusing and convoluted. I took it as both. There is a spirit in the house, but I don't want to wreck you. I know who the spirit is or what it is. For those of our millions of fans that are going to watch this movie, I don't want to wreck that for
you. Are you done, Scott? Or you got more?
I'm sorry. The dog was good. I loved the dog. I hated it though. Oh, I got so pissed off at the main actor when he'd yell at when he was sick and not feeling good, and he would yell at the dog.
I mean, I didn't like that either, but it's realistic. The guy.
Realistic, but
yeah, I mean, I can't see you guys doing that, but some people do get, like that. Are you done, Scott?
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Hey, Max, nice to see you. Did I sound enthusiastic? Hey, Max, nice to see you. Or here for whatever. You're on print, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to like this movie. I really did. Indy was great little actor. I love when he's just looking off, and you're like, what's he seeing? What's he seeing? And I think some of it, Rich, was what the dog understood as a dog.
Yep.
I know but I think they had a hard time conveying some of that. And at the beginning of the movie, the guy's sick. So is, like you said, is some of this in his head? Is it, but then you get the grandfather's part, and the grandfather played by Larry Fessenden, who is the king of these indie movies. He's produced, directed a lot of them, starred in them. If you look familiar, you probably saw him in some, A24 or any of those indie movies. Real prolific. Anyway, and the neighbor would come over and talk about the fox traps and the generator and all that, and I liked how that interaction was, but it just didn't go far enough, I think, with the dog's viewpoint.
Yeah.
You did get a lot of dog viewpoint, of course, but it just, I think you and I were probably on the same page as what we wanted from this movie. And you just don't get it. The dog is a good actor, and you feel bad. Hey, Clark, good evening. And the dog's a good actor, and you feel for him, because you're like, oh no, this poor guy, especially when he's chained to that doghouse.
Oh, yeah.
Then you're at that point. I thought he wasn't going to make it. I thought, oh no. But you can't. Can you imagine if he would have not made it?
Yeah.
This movie would be revered. I mean, reviled. I'm sorry, I picked the wrong word. Reviled. But the dog makes you want to watch the movie. I mean, I know it's about the dog and everything, and I didn't know, Rich, that he wasn't an actor. I mean, he is really, when he's looking in the corner or look that part under the bed part. Oh my gosh. But it didn't go where I wanted it to go in the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're like, a lot of times you're like, what's going on? And I think a lot of it was the guy's illness. And then the dog's understanding of what's going on. I think it's worth the watch, because you don't get these kind of movies very often.
Right.
And you just want this one to go in a different direction, I think. Good ending. I mean, as far as, the dog does make it, you'd really be upset if it didn't, I think. Especially that. He's a good boy. He's a good dog, So you wouldn't want anything bad to happen to him.
Well, like I also felt bad with the scene when the guy left and the dog was sitting looking out the window whining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the whole day.
Yeah. Well, when he threw the dish, the dog bowl, when he was chained to the doghouse, he threw the dog bowl, and later on he fills it up, but it's like, what a dick. So you guys got anything else?
No, I don't.
Not on that, no.
All right. Well, that's good trivia to know, Max. I did not know that.
I like that. Yeah, I heard that dog wasn't trained.
Of course, he ends up dying though in that one.
Yeah. A lot of people ended up dying in the Road Warrior.
Yeah, right. So, what do you guys want to rate this one?
I'll give this one a 3 1/4, 3.25 for me. It's frustrating because I really wanted to like this movie more than I did, and had they gone in a few different directions and better explained some of the confusing portions of it, I think I would have rated it higher.
Yeah. What about you, Scott?
I'm giving it a 2.
Wow, dang. I'll give it a 3. Just because, like you, Rich, and Scott, it didn't go where I wanted it to go.
No.
To me, the poster was that poster with the dogs with Indy standing there and all those, hands.
Yeah,
was a better movie.
Yeah,
it was a better movie than the movie. Yeah, definitely. It was misleading. It was, kind of horror, kind of psychological.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the dog was a good actor, best actor in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is one of the things I liked, was that the focus was absolutely on the pooch, for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
You didn't even get to see. I mean, if you don't look at the main character's photograph in something else, you're not going to know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Not the dog, the owner.
Right.
Was his name Todd? I can't remember. And you never get to see the sister's face. You never get to see the neighbor's face.
No.
The only person's face you really get to see is the grandfather, and it's in a memory. And photographs.
Yeah. What about the doctor though? Didn't they show? Oh no, they didn't show the
No,
doctor.
you just get to see
No, just the side view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that scene, I the way the dog reacted when he got mad, that I thought was very realistic.
Yeah. Yeah, it had some good points to it. It just didn't go, I mean, I guess, like Max said, original stories are very rare these days, and that's true. Yeah, that's true. And I don't want to tear it apart too much just because it is an original idea.
Yeah,
and we don't get those out there anymore.
Yeah.
Well, it's
that's
like
why I gave it the 3.25.
It's like the movie we were going to do, Vicious. Great idea, poorly made.
Yeah, I thought so. And the acting in that one was good, but just it was something that you've seen before too. The way they put it together, you get this box, and then you got to do this stuff. And are you crazy or are you not crazy? Is it Are you possessed? Is it possessed? And I can't recommend that one. I really can't, because I did not like that one.
I turned it off.
I really didn't.
I turned it off. It got to the point where I was like, is this just going to be another torture movie? And it looked like it was going that way. I had something I had to do, and so I ended up turning it off. But I got past the first thing it sort of asks for, and then when it's like, nope, that's not what I wanted, I was like, dude, really?
I'm laughing at Landa's comment.
We've got to admit, Landa, you probably wanted a little bit more out of that. I mean, the dog was great. The dog made the movie. The dog, it could be a dog just that Indy walking around an empty house and him getting spooked. I mean, that would have been a better movie, I think.
They could have done a lot with this movie. I think part of the issue here was that it must have taken a lot of filming to get them to get the dog to do what they wanted to do. So they probably had a lot of reshoots, and it was probably significantly longer, and they were like, yeah, that doesn't really work, and they cut out a lot of stuff because it was only 72 minutes long. It wasn't even an hour and a half. So
yeah,
I think, that said, exactly what we were saying before. It didn't go in a direction I wanted it to go. The creatures, we'll call them creatures, the sort of antagonists in the film, were not what I thought they were going to be. And they weren't that scary. I don't know why they put them. Well, I don't want to wreck that for anybody. I don't know why they dressed them up the way they did. What was on them? It doesn't make any sense. So,
but the last time you see it, I think it was really good. But then again, I'm like, was the house haunted, or was that the dog's perspective? Is that how a dog saw it? But again,
because was the grandfather crazy, or was he experiencing this? Because they talked about it being in the family. Yeah.
And then the other dog, there's that aspect of it too. That was done really well. Well, a portion of it, but the dog with the red bandana, the golden retriever.
Yeah,
that was done pretty well, I think.
I agree.
But
Fred's snoring.
Neither dog could save their master, I guess, is how you have to look at it. And some of the verbiage in there was, I want to say Ivy. I keep wanting to say Indy's master says that. Oh yeah, Grandpa had a bunch of dogs, but they all ran away. And so you're like, well, why did they run away? And it was because either he was nuts or there's something in the house. So it wasn't just in the house; it was outside the house too.
Yeah, and they mentioned, the next door neighbor mentions they found the grandpa's body, but they didn't find the body of the dog.
Yeah.
And then when he goes down in the basement, there's the body of the dog.
Yeah.
So that kind of hung me up a little bit when I saw that. It really did. I was like, why didn't they find that? Because the Todd mentions the smell in the basement.
Yeah.
And so, why wouldn't anybody else, notice that smell? But, I digress. It's worth a watch. It really is. I don't hate this movie. I guess I wanted more from it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the dog steals the show. I mean, that poor guy, when he's looking at the corners, he's looking up the stairs, he's looking under the bed, he really, he emotes for a dog, and especially for a dog that's not an actor. I guess he got his SAG card now out of this. I could do
I would love to see the outtakes and bloopers.
Yeah. Like you said, Richard, probably there's a lot of outtakes and bloopers in this because of him not being a trained dog. I mean, a trained actor dog, So, I could see that, Landa, how they had the dog base, so we could piece that together for us. That the other dog did not make it. It just, to me, it was just kind of weird. It was, kind of disjointed in the storytelling, I guess. But then the main character's a dog. So, their thought process is not our thought process. They just want to be loved and fed and protect us. Hey, Alan, nice to see you tonight, or hear from you tonight. I only see you three, or you two. What's in my Mountain Dew? So, any more words on this? Think like a dog, I guess. I think my wife thinks I do a lot.
No, we can. So, I didn't finish the Vicious movie. I can't really throw an extra review in there, but I will say that what I saw, I wanted it to be better. I wanted it to go in a different direction. I like the way it began and how the box got to her. I like that. And I would just assume that box is going to have to get passed on to someone else.
If she lives.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, again, if she does what the thing in the box wants, then she'd have to pass it on to someone else. I don't think the thing's ever going to let her go. And I think she'll have to sort of force the box onto someone else, much like the old lady did to her. So yeah. I think that's how it was going to go. But like I said, I didn't watch the remainder of it because I just saw some torture porn coming, and when Dakota Fanning's just tearing herself apart, it was just ridiculous, and I didn't like it. So
well, that was, to me, that was stupid. I think it was a brilliant idea. But just, it was so poorly done. But I did like the ending.
Yeah, the ending, but you kind of saw that coming in a way, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking Vicious. That was our going to be originally our third movie, but we grabbed Good Boy instead. And it's on Paramount, streaming on Paramount Plus or pay-per-view if you want to drop money on it. It's an okay movie. It's just nothing really new. To me, it wasn't anything really new. I don't know. I guess Craig gets a lot of pubic hair in his Cokes. The perks of being Craig.
There is a movie I want to recommend. I don't know if we want to do it like in the coming weeks. I threw it on, and it was much better than I thought. Don't Get Eaten. It's a zombie comedy.
Okay.
That's either a zombie comedy or bad porn.
All right.
No, it's funny. It's because it's this wife she's a dentist and she's making all the money in the family, and the father stays home, and he's one of these YouTuber survivalists, and he's showing everybody, and he's got 3 daughters, and the actresses who play the daughters are phenomenal. I love them. And, he does it because if you can survive a zombie apocalypse, you can survive anything. So they wind up, and I don't want to go into details, they wind up in a cabin in the woods, and they meet zombies. So,
well, yeah, that sounds pretty good.
It's funny. It is funny.
It's got 3.5 stars on IMDb.
Yeah.
Do you want to? We could do zombie movies next week, or we could, that House of Dynamite sounds good too.
Yeah.
Well, we could do both.
But
Dynamite
zombies.
Yeah.
All right. So next week will be House of Dynamite and Don't Get Eaten.
Yeah. Dan.
And there's a third.
Watch Don't Get Eaten. It's funny.
How about The Elixir? That's another zombie movie, and that one's been getting positive reviews.
Oh my God, that movie is phenomenal. Oh God, who did that? I don't remember. It's like a Korean zombie movie. The zombies in that one are phenomenal.
Save some for the rest of us, Scott. For next week. How about that then? How about The Elixir, Don't Get Eaten, and House of Dynamite?
Yeah.
How about we do that?
Let me put
something
that
for everybody.
Chat so I don't forget it.
And Max already has his opinion at House of Dynamite. You see that?
Really?
I've heard mixed.
Surprised.
I've heard mixed on that one. So we've got our movies for next week then. So check them out if you haven't seen them yet. House of Dynamite.
What was the third one? Elixir, House and Dynamite, and what? Oh, Don't Get Eaten.
Don't Get Eaten.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
She's not quite sure how to help.
Stop you from getting eaten. Well, that's
There's a couple ways. Oh, Max saw a house. Oh, wait, he can't. Look at that. He's already posting. He's posting. Hey, Doc. Thanks for joining us for the last couple of fun minutes here. There's a finger.
She made the last 3 minutes. It's good to see you.
We'll give you our ratings. Lake Eden, okay. Good Boy, okay. Scott didn't like it as much as Rich and I. We gave it 3s, and Scott gave it a 2. And Conjuring, go see it if you haven't seen it. And so that's about our suggestions for this. Next week is House of Dynamites, Don't Get Eaten, and The Elixir. 2 zombie movies and a political, well, not political, I'm sorry, a suspense.
It's a suspense movie, but one of the things I liked about it, it's not political. It's what would happen, and it's not, if you're the right or if you're the left. It's certain people in the government trying to make the decisions.
Yeah. Okay, I haven't seen it yet.
It's got Idris Elba. It has to be good.
Oh yeah, he's everywhere now.
Yeah.
Is he like the president?
Yeah, he plays the president in this.
Okay. Well, he's played the president in a couple movies I've seen.
Yeah, he just did it with John Cena.
He was a prime minister.
Yeah,
he was a prime minister.
John Cena was the president. Yeah, that was actually better than I thought it was going to be.
Which one was that?
I can't remember what it was called. It's a Netflix show.
On. Yeah.
Or Hulu or something.
All right, Max.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Max is going to tell us next week why House of Dynamite is hot garbage. We're looking forward to that. Scott's already taking notes because he's got a rebuttal for you.
I got something for Max right here.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. It's been good. I haven't been on it for 2 weeks, and the guys haven't been on for a week. And then Scott, I think he missed a week here. You doing better?
Oh yeah, I am now. Yeah.
Good.
Except every day when I get up and go to school, and then I come back with like blood pressure that's 300 over 200.
You know what you need to do? You need to watch that old Nick Nolte movie, Teacher, and then go in.
I've got to watch that one. I loved that movie. But my favorite teacher from any movie was Ray Walton from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I just
Are you people on dope? Are you people on dope?
Mr. Hand.
Mr. Hand. This is our time. This is Mr. Spicoli. Well, you guys, anything you want to push before we leave? Of your that we can push?
Nope.
Well,
okay.
Just happy Halloween.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Halloween's in a couple of days.
Happy Halloween.
See
Give out
you all
them
next
full-size
week.
candy bars.
Post Halloween.
Don't be Grinches. Give out them full-size candy bars.
All right.
I'm kidding.
All right, everybody.
I'm not kidding.
All right.
Take it easy.
Good night.
Happy
Halloween.
And be good. Let me hit this.
Thank you for listening. This program is made possible by the Weird Realities Network, where writers plot, weird kids dream, and conspiracy theorists definitely shouldn't have Wi-Fi after midnight. If you like this program, hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us across the multiverse of social media. You'll find all our links at linktree/Weird Realities. That's weird, spelled WYRD. Until next time, keep your tinfoil hat handy and stay weird. After all the best folks are.